I'm Luca, and I'm co-owner and co-founder of the Living Care Company. And one of the things we love to do is speak to service providers in the care space and also charities, especially who help those with care needs. And in this case, especially dementia. And that's why we're talking today to Steve, who works for Age UK Berkshire. So welcome, Steve.
Thank you
Lovely
very much.
to. And tell us a bit about the work you do for Age UK and what is your role and what service do you provide to those in need?
I joined managing a huge project to make the Royal Borough dementia-friendly. And basically, it was mapping the dementia where the current provision was, and then thinking of investigating with service users the ways that we could improve the life of someone that has the condition and the carer that looks after them as well. And it's developed into a massive project covering the whole area, right from Cookham and Bisham up down to the Ascot area as well. And we do collaborate with other local authorities as well to provide the support.
That's really interesting. Yeah. And how long ago was it that you joined?
The project is now probably 9 months old. I joined in April 2023. We pretty much mapped because I had some prior knowledge from a previous role about who the providers were. We've probably spent about a month mapping and getting a current idea. Then we started working with various charities and other dementia support organizations on a steering group and setting up some ideas on what was necessary needed. And we actually launched a strategy called Dementia-Friendly Royal Borough in October 2023, 6 months after I joined.
Really interesting. What sorts of things do they seek to help those and their carers with
Well,
dementia?
that's a really good question, Luca. The kind of areas that we've uncovered were the carer support network was needed. We needed to sort of look at information where people, when they started their dementia journey, where they would go, and also something to do with transportation. How do people get to events and things like that? That was a difficulty. And also training service users, training people like bus drivers and stuff as well. Those were the four key areas that we uncovered that certainly needed attention and where we were going to focus the project on.
Interesting. And how do you sort of measure your results then?
At the moment, 9 months into the project, we initially found getting carer support was a key priority. And we identified hubs of all places as locations to have dementia cafes. And we found two really nice locations, one at the Fox and Castle in Old Windsor, where the landlord was very generous and was prepared to let us take over the pub on the first Monday of every month to launch a dementia cafe. And the other location was Windsor Castle, which you might not think as a place to have a dementia cafe, but they are very keen to be inclusive, although sometimes it's difficult to access a busy town centre location like that. We launched the cafes, the Castle one last September, and the one at the Fox and Castle last October, and they pretty much attracted 25 people to each time.
Well, that's really interesting. And so they work sort of 5 days a week or?
The castle is every last Wednesday, and it lasts between 10:30 and 12:30 because that is a good length of time. And the Fox and Castle, it starts at 11 o'clock because it gives the carers a chance just to get out and get their loved ones ready. And so it starts at 11 o'clock and finishes at 1 o'clock. And that one, it attracts professionals as well. We really aren't sure, as it's a drop-in, how many people are going to turn up. So a good example was at the November one. We had a care home rock up in their minibus. We had the social prescribing team from Royal Borough come along, two of them as well. And we had a private Reiki lady as well. So it was very, very interesting. And now the weather's getting warmer and everything. We expect that particular cafe to really take off.
No, that's brilliant. What are some of the biggest challenges you face, Steve, in your role, and how do you overcome them?
Obviously, it's accessing all the relevant carers. That particular age group, Luca, aren't that internet savvy. So it's
When we're talking about carers, Steve, we're talking potentially about the partners, spouses.
yes, partners, loved ones.
Children.
Yes, a whole range of people. reaching out to those with the condition, because they're seniors and everything like that, it's how we reach them. So that's been mentioned to earlier, a key area. So we're looking to produce a kind of monthly or quarterly brochure that lists all the events that's there, and they can take that in hard copy. And so making it accessible in places like libraries and doctor surgeries and things as well. So it has proved a problem getting the information out there. So it's just obviously one of me making sure I go around to all the different events and networks to promote it as well. We are very lucky that we've managed to overcome this, because we have a steering group which is helping me with the strategy. And it includes dementia charities, the Royal Borough Council and everything. And of course, they're aware of all the events, so they signpost people out and about as well. So we have managed to overcome that difficulty. Another problem, as I mentioned, is transportation. Getting people to events can be a problem. We do have a network called People to Places, who are a charity that provide minibuses. But obviously, there sometimes funding can be an issue, and getting people there as well at the same time. And then obviously, it's an awareness thing. You know, we do have so many stakeholders like bus drivers and people that deal with the condition, and it's giving them the training as well and engendering the confidence for them to be able to support those with the condition.
Thank you. What do you enjoy most about the job you do, Steve, with Age UK Berkshire?
I love the networking. I love making a difference. I love meeting the people, the challenge of who can we work with, who we can collaborate with, how many can we get to the event, can we make an impact and everything as well. It's a very rewarding career, because it does really improve the lives of carers, because I sense a lot of the people that with a partner that has the condition feel very isolated, and setting the events up, doing something about the training and doing the various issues, we really do make a very positive impact to those that are involved.
Thank you. And what do you see as the biggest needs of your constituency, the people you help? What's the biggest unmet need, do you think?
I think it's getting the support on whatever stage they are on their dementia journey. We're very lucky in Royal Borough. We do have some very good charities. A good example is Alzheimer's Dementia Sports, who are based in Maidenhead. They do a phenomenal amount of work setting up support and giving people activities and things to go to and information all the time as well. We have a wonderful team of dementia care advisors, headed by Belinda Dixon's team. They're always there and putting on events and having social stuff as well for people to drop in at the same time as well. But I think a lot of people still, when they start their journey, we've seen a lot of people in denial that they even have the condition at the moment as well. It's picking all of those people up, particularly in the ruralised areas of the borough, Bisham and Cookham and other areas as well, and offering, making sure that they have that support on their journey, and that we're able to offer loads of things to address their needs.
Thank you. Steve, can you tell me a bit about what Age UK's mission is in the UK and across Berkshire?
Like any charity, Age UK, we have a big charity parent, and their aim is to improve the standards of living, take up the causes of the senior citizens once they've retired, and give them support in whatever they need. That our franchise is Age UK Berkshire. We have an office in Reading Town Centre in the Broad Street Mall, which we love people to come and see. We're open between 10 and 3 every day as well. Now, we have a huge monopoly of services that we operate in West Berkshire, which includes Reading, right the way to Thatcham and around there. And we do loads of things. We offer shopping facilities as well. We volunteers that will go out and do people's shopping for them as well. There's home help. We employ registered contractors, which people can come in if they've got a problem and they need someone that they can trust to do repairs and everything. We can sort that out for them as well. We offer volunteers that do a befriending service as well. There's a lot of lonely seniors out there as well. So we sometimes offer drop-ins, day centres and things, and people that can go and visit them and talk to them over the phone as well, which is really good at the same time. We do less activity in East Berkshire, because obviously that's an area where we're trying to get a foothold in. My post in the Royal Borough is to make the dementia-friendly. And we also cover Wokingham as well for dementia friendliness as well. But we've yet to extend those particular services that I talked about in West Berkshire over to East Berkshire yet. But there is other support available. And we do collaborate with a lot of charities and other sources where we can signpost people to as well.
Thank you. And on that subject, what would you say some of Age UK Berkshire's biggest achievements or milestones in serving those with dementia have been over the years?
It's basically establishing such a degree of services that we provide, kind of thing. I'm very proud of what I managed to achieve in launching a borough-wide strategy in 4 months and having things like 2 dementia cafes and the health hub at Raisbury up and running so quickly. Same in Wokingham. I think the brief there is our commissioning person is the borough council. So I know Jenny, who's no longer with us, unfortunately, but she did a sterling work in setting up so many dementia cafes, providing information about transport, working with all kinds of providers as well to make that dementia friendly at the same time. So we're really proud of what we managed to achieve so far.
Thank you. You've obviously mentioned education and befriending and help with transport, but could you just lay out the main services and support offered by Age UK in Berkshire?
It's all on the website, ageukberkshire.org.uk. We have free services, which is information and advice, and we can give a whole range of information in confidence about a whole range of topics. Befriending is free of charge as well. If you're feeling isolated, we can have volunteers call you and everything, and then you can come to the events as well. We do have carer support, which I mentioned to you earlier, various groups and things as well. And in Wokingham, we offer a service home from hospital, where if you need to get to the hospital in Wokingham, we offer some free transport as well. We do have a few chargeable services, which is Easy Shop and Help at Home as well, where we'll help you out doing your shopping for you for volunteers at the same time as well. We have a dementia service, which includes group therapy sessions, dementia cafes, one-to-one support, and Help at Home as well. And they're run under the title of Memory Cognitive Support Therapy, or MCST. What we're trained to do is to run sessions at various locations, such as the Select Car Leasing Stadium. You pay a small charge and you come along and we run a session where you can look at the memories and just remember particular parts of your life. So the 60s, for instance, a very popular one. I ran a music quiz at the Select Car Leasing where we were remembering musical memories, the old radio DJs and things like that as well. And that's always very, very popular at the same time. I mentioned to you the handy person service as well, where we can fit key safes, draft-proof windows, and carry out essential maintenance through approved contractors as well. And obviously giving information. A lot of people really don't know where to look on the internet, so they can ring our office and we can put them in touch with people as well.
That must make a huge difference to people, right?
I hope so.
Are you often looking for volunteers to volunteer for the charity in various different?
Yes, that's very good. We've just taken on a new volunteer manager, Angie Jebson, and we would always welcome new people volunteering their services for some of the roles that I've mentioned to you earlier. Full training will always be given. You'll certainly make a difference as well. And you can find out more by emailing us, which is info@ageukberkshire.org.uk. We appreciate all help. We'll just mention that you will be security checked as well. We'll sort that out for you.
Oh, brilliant. And so is there a phone number that people can call as well?
0118 959 4242.
Fantastic. That was brilliant. Thanks for taking the time to meet with us, Steve. Really informative and interesting the work you're doing to help people in Berkshire. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Luca. It's been a pleasure to appear and look forward to hearing from everyone soon.
Cheers, Steve. See you later.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.